Darts Nutz and welcome to Darts Review channel. For this video I'm reviewing a set of the Darts Performance Centre Level 5 darts. These darts were designed by Neil Birkin, who's very kindly sent me a set for review, so thanks Neil. And these are the 24 gram model, and there's also a 22 gram and the 90% tungsten, and the retail for a very reasonable £24.95. And you can only get them from Darts Performance Centre, so I'll put the link up in the description, and it's worth checking out their site because you can get darts that are unique to them. They have quite a few in their range, which are their own range of darts, and also they do tips on how to improve your game and that. And if you don't know who Neil Birkin is, then there's a little bit of history on the back, but just to give you a quick idea, Neil is an ex-county player. He played for Notts County for 20 years or so. He's retired from that, but he still plays in competitions and that, so he still keeps his hand in and still does quite well. He's a pretty good player. And also he used to run Double 16 Forum, which was quite a big popular forum at the time, but it's no longer there now. I think Facebook and Twitter have killed off a lot of forum activity, which is a bit of a shame. But as well as the forum, he also had a review channel called, it's still there actually, called Neil Birkin, and he's got a new channel called England Darts Reviews. And he's very popular for his reviews, but one thing he did was come up with a rating system for grips. So level 1 is like a low level grip, and level 5 is a high level grip, so hence the name of these darts, which look very grippy. So that's a little bit about the darts. Let's check them out. So the darts come in a clamshell style packaging, and like I said, on the back it tells you a little bit about Neil Birkin and the darts, and got the links for the Darts Performance Centre, and it says on there made in the UK. Inside you've got a hard plastic case and some medium nylon stems, and you've got a point protector, and you've got a set of standard shape R4X flights. So the darts are fitted with a silver point, and obviously it's a straight barrel dart, and it's got a kind of a tapered bull nose, so when it's coming into the darts it allows it to pass over a little bit smoother. And it's got a kind of a double thin ring grip, but it's got very wide and deep grooves in between. It's similar to that TDP darts that I reviewed not long ago, but I think they may have been a little bit more edgy, but this is still obviously a high level grip. But I think most of the grip is coming from the effect of the wide space in the grooves. There's a little bit of sharpness to the thin rings, but it's not like so aggressive that it's sticking into your skin. But I think the whole idea was to make it more grippy without having that kind of feeling, so I think it's pretty much got that. And if you notice, the grooves are kind of curved, so that means that the thin rings don't have a sharp profile, but like I said, there's just that little bit of edginess to them. But overall I think it's a dart for people that like high levels of grip. But there's obviously the sections there where it's smooth, so it's probably not a problem for front grippers. But if you're a rear gripper and you grip where that logo is, then you may not find it as grippy, but I can still feel the edges of the rings either side. And on the rear it's got a kind of a chamfer there towards the stem, so again keeps it smooth so the dart goes over easy. But yeah, it feels quite a nice grip actually. And you got the nylon stems and the black and red standard shape flights. The darts are fitted with a 26mm silver point. It's got a kind of a tapered bull nose, which is 5.5mm wide, and then you've got a section of the double thin ring grip. It's got a mix of thin grooves and wide, deep curved grooves in between. That's 20.7mm wide, and then you've got a smooth section around the middle, which is 6.2mm wide with the DPC logo. Then you've got more of the ring grip, which is 12.7mm wide, and then a smooth section at the end with a little chamfer towards the stem. That's 5.2mm wide. The length is 50.2mm and the width is 6.75mm. That is 23.92 grams, 23.93 grams, and 23.98 grams, 97, and the full setup is 25.95 grams. With nothing attached, the balance is slightly front of centre, and with the supplied setup it's very slightly behind the centre point, and this is the balance with medium in between short, extra short stems and standard flights. Done a little bit flatter in the board. I think it's slightly flat through the air, but has quite a chunky feel to the barrel, but I kind of prefer that, to be honest. Usually when the darts are too thin, I feel as if I haven't got a proper hold of the dart. But I think these are around about 6.7, 6.8. So it's better for me. But it's quite smooth as well. Obviously it's quite grippy. I think when you come to throw it, you can definitely feel the grippiness from the wide grooves and that. It didn't really stick into my skin, but there is a slight edginess from the rings, but it wasn't right digging into my flesh. So I'll try the middle section now. I'm a little bit on that smooth part and a little bit on the ring grip, so kind of half and half. Well, they seem to be even smoother than it was from the front. I thought it might cause problems with it being on the two different bits of grip there. Gone off now. I spoke too soon. That's a bit better. My fingers are a bit cold as well, like, so it's a bit nippy today. But like I always say, straight barrel darts, they can suit any style of grip. It just depends on like the length and the thickness and the actual grip itself, what you like, but it's certainly the most versatile style of shape. Wasn't too bad there for me as I'm trying it from the middle. I'm going to try on that grippy section on the rear now. I always find the rear grip the most awkward for me though. But it's still fairly smooth. Didn't see much spin. I was expecting a lot of spin, but I think I'm just throwing it a little bit too high up. I'm getting more of an arc from the rear than I was with my front grip. It seemed to be a bit flatter when I was throwing it from the front, but if you're a flat thrower, then you'll probably like that. Yeah, bit too awkward for me from the rear, but shouldn't be a problem for natural rear grippers. So you got the DPC level 5 darts as used by Neil Birkin, who designed them, and again thanks to Neil for sending the set for review. As a front gripper, balance is quite nice. It feels fairly comfortable there, just on that nose, but like I say, it's got a slightly chunky feel, but I kind of prefer that. The grip itself, it is quite grippy, so it may be too grippy for some, but you do feel like the width and the depth of the grooves as you come to throw it, and like I said, there's like edginess from the rings, but it's not sticking into your skin like it does on some darts. So I think if you like grippy darts, then for 25 quid it's definitely worth a try. I was surprised how nice it flew from the centre for me, as it's obviously not a natural grip, but because I'm on the two different types of grip there, I was kind of expecting to get a little bit of extra spin, because on some darts I've done that before when I've been on the two different grips and it kind of like skews a little bit, but it didn't. It was flying quite well from there. From the rear, obviously it's not my natural grip and I always find that the most awkward, but I think it could be a nice one for rear grippers. But I have a feeling if you've got a flat throw, or you like to throw your darts flat, it'll probably suit you. Like I say, it wasn't too bad with me as a front gripper, and my natural throw is kind of loopy, but flew alright for me. So certainly worth a try, and for 25 quid you can't really go too wrong with that. So that's the end of the review. Thanks for watching.